testing. All right, you should be able to hear me now. Sorry about that. So just starting over. So today I'm going to go over 45 properties that are affordable and many of which come with owner financing. And I'm also going to introduce our new Would I Buy This segment, where we take a property that is listed, review it, and see whether I would buy it and whether you would buy it. So here's the full agenda for the day. We'll go through property updates, what's coming up, talk about the deal of the day, then go into the Would I Buy This segment, and finally wrap up with a fun fact and a free gift. But first, for those of you who are not great, well, yes, now it is more than 45, it's over 50. I was stuck at 45. But yeah, we've brought a lot more properties to market. But anyway, for those of you who are not familiar, my name is Erica. I have a company that buys and sells vacant land. The website is gokcecapital.com. And I will note that I am not a real estate agent. I sell the properties that my company actually owns. So all of these properties are for sale by owner. Some of them are listed by a real estate agent, but they are all properties my company owns. And you can see all of the properties by clicking Buy Land or going to land.gokcap.com. And we do buy and sell properties throughout the U.S. Right now, most of our properties are in North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, New Mexico, Colorado, and New York. And we are actually going to be marketing a number of properties soon. I have a whole list of properties in Castilla County that are about Castilla County, Colorado, which is southern Colorado, that are about to be listed. So keep an eye out for those in the next couple days. And we also did just post a number of properties in New Mexico. And we should have some more properties in Nevada and Arizona very soon. And I'll actually have another New York property coming up in the next few days. So keep an eye out for all of those. On top of that, we also just listed a number of properties in Putnam County, Florida, a very popular county. And I'm going to highlight one of those properties today as the deal of the day. So let's zoom down. This is a table. You can find a little more information on all of our properties on this table. And if we scroll down, here are our latest properties. We did just post 2 properties in Valencia County and then a bunch in Putnam County, Florida. So let's pick one of these Putnam County properties. This is just under a quarter of an acre, 0.21 acres, and Putnam County itself is in northern Florida, just a little ways south of Jacksonville. Hi, Judith. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining again. And Abby, yep, you gave me a listing. So as I said, right after I cover this property, we're going to do our new Would I Buy This segment, where we review a land listing and just see if we'd all buy it. So if you Google, you'll see, yep, we'll take a look at that property in Florida. All right. So, yep, I know many, many people are looking for land in Florida, a very popular state. So we will look at Florida. But anyone who's joining, if you have a property or watching, if you have a property you would like us all to review, post it in the comments and we will look at it in an upcoming live stream or if we have time in the current live stream. Hi, Oust. Good to see you again. Oh, I know you're back. And I'll quickly say, because we were talking about your property yesterday. So I think you'll be surprised by the county it is in. Oh, all right. Good foreshadow, Avi. So I know we had talked potentially about calling the Army Corps of Engineers on this live stream, but I think just to be safe, we will hold off on that because we're not 100% certain legally we can record a call. But yeah, let us know. Did you find anything else out from the Army Corps of Engineers? I know it's only been a day, but I would like to know whether you are able to get next steps for your project. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up this deal of the day quickly. This is one of our new Putnam County properties. It's about a 1/4 acre. And it is in, like many of the Putnam County properties, it is in a more rural subdivision, but you can see there has been a number of homes built in this area. So this is an area that's seen some development. All right, well, let us know. We'll keep our fingers crossed. I just want to double check though. Are you trying to contact your local office or are you trying to reach like the federal headquarters? Because you might have more luck at the local level or the local office level. Yeah. And yeah, so this is a residential area. It's still less developed than like a major city or town. So you're going to get some privacy out here, but homes are being built. So you know that this is an area that is actually seeing some development. It's also more in the center part of the peninsula, so likely less concerns about flooding out here than in other parts of Florida. And we are not too far from Interlaken, the closest small town, so you can, get groceries and all the basic amenities there. And then just to the east is Palatka and the St. Johns River. Palatka is a little bit bigger, so more amenities. There is a river for water activities. You can also see that, like a lot of rural Florida, there's a number of outdoor recreation opportunities in the nearby vicinity, like state forest, conservation area, all of that. I don't know, it's confusing. Well, we can quickly look. This was Severin, was it? County, Georgia? I'm not sure if I'm... Yeah, I completely butchered that spelling. Savannah District. Oh, that's great. Their website isn't even working. So let's see if they have permission contact. Regulatory. You tried some of these. You tried some of these numbers here. I'd just try calling everyone until you get someone who answers and then transfers you to the right person. All right, just wrapping up our Putnam County. Did they get defunded? We're joking, but could actually be a possibility. So we have this property listed at $9,997 plus the $595 doc fee. And because this is listed for sale by owner, we do also offer owner financing. We'll tailor those terms to the buyer. So just let us know what down payment and monthly payment would work for your budget, and we'll come up with something that makes the land affordable for you. We do also have our hold option, so you can hold the property for up to 8 days while you do your due diligence. That'll make sure no one else can buy it while you're doing your research, going to visit the property, all of that. And the good thing about this is if you decide this particular property isn't the right one for you, that hold fee can still be applied to the purchase price of a different property we're selling as long as you buy within 30 days. So I'll note that as well. And the other thing I will note about almost all of the Putnam County properties we just posted is that they are in R2 zoning, which is the zoning designation in Putnam County that allows mobile homes. I always confirm with the county when we're talking about zoning, but that's, I know, a good selling point for many people who are looking for affordable land to put an affordable house on it. So mobile homes should be allowed here. All right, let's see. Due to lack of funding as of... Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Huh. Well, that's going to make due diligence a little bit harder. Kind of a shame. So hopefully we'll still be able to find conservation easements on local GIS maps. All right, so that is the deal of the day. And now I was going to start a new segment, Would I Buy This?, where we look at a listing and talk about whether any of us would buy it. And as I said before, if anyone has a property that they would like me or the team, the group as a whole, to take a look at, just put the property information, address, APN county, all of that in the comments, and we can look at it during the current live stream or in an upcoming live stream if we don't have time during the current one. Right, but Abby, you had given us a sample property. Let's see. Actually, it's on Zillow. I assumed that you found this on Zillow, so let's pull that up. Okay. Oh, wow, this is not a cheap property. 14 acres, Crescent City, Florida. Moonshine Landing RV Resort. "14 acres, this planned resort will feature a 30-slip private marina catering to boaters and nature lovers, include 129 sites, including 105 full-service RV sites, and a mix of 24 cabin and glamping tent sites." Interesting. It is located in an opportunity zone, subject to special tax incentives, and is fully approved for an RV resort with extensive financial analysis and build-out projections. Okay. And it's been on the market for 143 days. So this is a commercial property, someone looking for a cash flowing asset, a business. Okay, but what county is this in? It has public sewer, public water, $20,000 a year in annual taxes. All right, let's pull it up. We can look at the photos, waterfront. Oh, here's the proposed layout. Time for me to pick up my daughter from school. I will watch this night. Okay. Well, thank you for joining, Judith. I hope to see you soon. All right, there we go. Land ID. It's 2.6 million property, and they only took seven. They only took 7 photos. Yeah, you're right. You'd think they'd have a drone video too. Bye, Judith. I'll talk to you later. Okay, here we go. Owned by an LLC. Let's take a look at what's going on. Right, basic overlays, no conservation easements, although not in a special hazard flood zone. And no wetlands. So that's all good. No surface water. What is the topography? Pretty flat. And soils. Dobby, you want to buy this? What do you think? So it's pretty flat. Soils are not terrible. I mean, it is right on the water, so you'd expect the soils to, but it has public sewer too, so that's not. Yeah. I mean, the main thing here is going to be the comps and how much cash flow you think something like this could produce. I'm not sure we're going to have time on the live stream to try to figure out. No, there were no special hazard flood zones. No special hazard flood zone. Yeah, let's go back to Zillow. So we need not too many larger properties. So, I mean, that is, and what is assessed? Looks like the assessed value is about 700,000. In the more drop, you mean on Zillow? Let's see. Look at the county. Which county is this? 32112. Oh, this is Putnam. Well, I don't know if the comps at the county level are going to be as relevant. This area seems to be a little higher value. Yes, you're right. It was in Land ID. I should have just looked there. So I mean, it certainly seems to be priced well above the sold comps in the area, like well above. But again, I don't know if county level comps are going to be as relevant. I think you want to look closer at Crescent City. But the big question here, even there, yeah, it's priced well above the sold comps in the area. So most relevant comp, there's nothing that's waterfront. So might have to take smaller properties and try to. Oh, I thought when you said look at the county, you wanted to look at county level comps. You meant look at the county name. Who knows? There might be gold buried on that property. Yeah, you never know. So none of these comps are waterfront. We might have to take a much smaller lot and try to extrapolate. But yeah, it's clearly priced well above the sales comps. The question would be, what kind of income could you reasonably expect to produce from all of these sites? So we can take a quick look at Airbnb and see what cabins in Crescent City are going for. Is there pirate history in Putnam County? Probably. It's close to the Caribbean. Let's ask, actually. That can be our fun fact for the day. Were there pirates in Putnam County? There aren't any records of pirates actually living in Putnam County, Florida. Blackbeard, the classic pirates like Blackbeard, operated along the coast, mainly off the Keys, the Gulf Coast and the Atlantic trade routes. So Putnam County is inland, which, obviously is not ideal for a pirate. But the St. Johns River itself was a major transportation route for Native American settlers and later steamboats. So in the 1700s and 1800s, smugglers, raiders, and even a few deserters from pirate crews sometimes traveled inland rivers to hide or trade. So I had heard that Blackbeard had sailed up the St. Johns River at one point to hide his treasure before he attempted to go legitimate. So maybe there is buried treasure somewhere in Putnam County. All right. Lakefront cottage. Now, this isn't a cabin, that's like an actual home. But, well, let's do one night. Come on. So, like $150 a night for this. What's the price per acre for the most relevant comp? Okay. Well, let's remove the size restriction and see if we can find a waterfront property. So this one is about 500,000 per acre. By the way, the title, would you buy this? Not would I buy this? Yep. Yeah, I'll make that change. So let's say, according to this comp, roughly 500,000 per acre. But that, That's a much smaller lot, so the price per acre is going to be much higher than a lot like this. So that's kind of hard to. Well, they're not saying you can subdivide it. They're saying it's going to be an RV park. So you'd have 105 full service RV sites. Yeah, that's not a relevant comp. So we'll look at we'll go back to remove waterfront. But yeah, I mean, here you can see it is significantly higher than the sold comps. So the real question, you'd have to do the financial analysis, I think, to try to figure out what kind of income, because this is going to be set up as a campsite. Like, you're essentially buying a small business here. It's going to have 105 RV sites and then 24 cabin and glamping tent sites. So we might have to expand the radius. Yeah, I mean, we can zoom out, but again, the rest of Putnam County is going to be even lower priced. So I think, I mean, you're not going to find comps anywhere near the price point that they have it listed at. But it's also waterfront, and they've turned it into a commercial property. So again, you'd be buying a small business, and that makes this a difficult property to comp quickly on a live stream, because we would need to do a full analysis of the business to see what is it going to cost to complete the build out. But I would, based on the information I have right now, I would not buy it at the current price. Although I would like to see the financial analysis that they did first and their build out projections to try to figure out what the IRR would be on the business. And then from there, you could try to figure out what price you can afford, depending on the IRR you're targeting, right? So you want me to ask them for the financial analysis? We can contact the agent. What do you think? Or should we move on to a different property tomorrow? Does anyone else have any thoughts on this? So Abhi, tomorrow you should pick a more standard lot, I think. It's one, it's a little bit unique. Okay. Residential property for tomorrow, good. Sounds good. Okay, so then, well, we talked about pirates already. So we did the fun fact, but let's ask. But I will expand on our pirate theme just for fun. Let's find a fun pirate Florida fact. Okay, in 1715, a Spanish treasure fleet carrying gold and silver was wrecked off Florida's east coast during a hurricane, and pirates swooped in to raid the wreck sites. Most famously, Henry Jennings, who I actually have not heard of, but maybe someone who's really into pirate history knows who that is. Jennings and his crew made off with so much treasure from near present-day Vero Beach that he's often called one of the first Florida pirates. So no one ever found. Did anyone find Blackbeard's hidden treasure? Let's see what Mr. GPT says. Nope, Blackbeard's treasure has never been found, at least not officially. When Blackbeard was killed, men searched his ship and his body. They found some sugar, cocoa, cotton, and a little bit of gold, but no great treasure hoard. He was rumored to have hidden much of his plunder where none but he and the devil would ever find it. And that has fueled centuries of treasure hunts along the Carolina and Virginia coasts. So people are still hunting for it today. All right. So maybe if you buy enough land, you will find Blackbeard's treasure. No chance. It's unlikely, but you never know. Again, I had heard, I should probably confirm this before I say it again, but I had heard that at one point he had traveled up the St. Johns River, so you never know. Maybe it hasn't been found because it's actually in Putnam County where most people wouldn't think to look. Good marketing angle, LOA. Yeah. Pirates are always a good marketing angle. All right, so I will wrap up today. Tomorrow, let's look at a residential lot. Try to find something where we can actually do some more standard due diligence. In the meantime, there is our free gift, 17 Simple Ways to Generate Income from Land. I'll have the link to that in the description and the pinned comment. Invest in a metal detector. Yeah. That's one strategy. Buy up a bunch of properties on the East Coast, get a metal detector, and make it your mission to search every inch of land on the East Coast until you find Blackbeard's treasure. Right. So the link to our free gift will be in the description and the comments. Yes, do keep us updated, Oust. I now want to know if you ever reach someone. I think I closed out the tab, but yeah, I'm sure you've already been doing this, but I would just call every single Army Corps of Engineer number that you can find for the local office until someone can connect you to the right person. We all need to know how the story ends. We're all invested. Just like with Raphael's chickens, we're invested. We need to know what happens. If you're able to build your pond and level the slope. All right. And oh yes, we also have a discount code. I highlighted Florida, so that would be LiveFL150 for $150 off any of our Florida properties. That's LiveFL150. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. We'll be here every day, so just feel free to check in. We're waiting, so if it's 3 months from now, we'll still be here. That coupon code is valid until midnight tonight, so if you buy or hold the property, there's a space where you can put in the coupon code, and you'll get that $150 off. Again, all of our properties can be found at land.goatcap.com. We just got a bunch of Putnam County Floridas, which may or may not have Blackbeard's treasure on them. So check those out at land.goatcap.com. Unless we find Blackbeard's treasure first, in which case then it will no longer be on the property. So good reason to buy or hold it now. And thank you, everyone, for joining today. If anyone has a property that they would like us to look at, whether it's a property that you're looking at, you already own, or you just find it and you think it'd be fun to review it, put it in the comments, and we'll take a look at it one of these days. So tomorrow, Abby will pick a different property and hopefully a residential one, and we can take another look and see, would we buy this? So thank you, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern.